Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Toon Talks, presented by DeepEnd Productions, recorded at The Wave. Um, I'm going to start by introducing our first ever guest, Lucas, aka Shmuck. Say something, Lucas.
Um, yeah, my name is Lucas. I release music, or I will be releasing music under the name Shmuck at some point in time, whenever I record and release that jazz. And yeah,
Sick.
me and Justin run DeepEnd Productions at LIU.
Yes, we both are co-presidents of DeepEnd Productions, the record label at LIU Post. Some big stuff in store for DeepEnd Productions. Maybe we'll be talking about, maybe it won't. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe we'll get chit-chatting.
Yeah. Let's just get some background information on you, Lucas. How long have you been playing instruments for? What instruments do you play? How old are you? All that basic stuff. Why don't you give us a little rundown?
Basic things, right off the top. I'm 20. I'm a junior here. I'm from Texas. I've been playing bass since I was 14. I've been playing guitar since I was like 17. So about 3 to 6 years each, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much the real basis. My bass is my main instrument. I just play guitar for fun. I go to school mainly to play bass, and then I just play guitar and write songs on guitar for whatnot.
Nah, yeah, that's what's up. Honestly, I've heard what you played. Obviously, as knowing you and being around you, and you're a killer bassist. Like, you're very slept on with the guitar.
Slept on.
It's very slept on the guitar, in my opinion. I know you played trumpet and you played in a marching band when you were younger. You want to talk about that a little bit?
No, I actually didn't play in marching band because I quit band in high school because they forced me to do marching. I quit. I walked out the second day of movement camp where they teach you how to walk around like the nerds. And I was like, sorry, Miss Hanford, this ain't for me. I'm just going to give up playing trumpet. And she was like, wow. And I was like, yeah, sorry.
Was that a difficult choice for you to make, to just stop playing trumpet?
Not at all. I did the same thing here, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick. That's really funny. So trumpet was your first instrument ever, I'm assuming?
Yeah, that's where you learn to read and all that jazz.
All that jazz. Okay. Well, let's go into some music. You want to play us something real quick?
Yeah, I guess I can start. I don't even know. Let's see, which should I start with playing?
Well, I know you have one original for us today.
I'll save that. I'll play an original later.
Yeah. Why don't you do the Elliott Smith song?
Okay, this is a song called "A Fond Farewell." It's now black and white. You took apart a picture that wasn't right. Pitch burning on the shining sheet. The only maker that you wanna meet. Dying man in a living room whose shadow paces the floor. Take you out in the open door. This is not my life. It's just a fond farewell to a friend. Not what I'm like. It's just a fond farewell to a friend who couldn't get things right. A fond farewell to a friend. You said, really, I just wanna dance. Good and evil match perfect, it's a great romance. I can deal with some psychic pain if it'll slow down my higher brain. Veins full of disappearing ink, of vomiting in the kitchen sink, disconnecting from the missing link. This is not my life, just a fond farewell to a friend. It's not what I'm like, it's just a fond farewell to a friend who couldn't get things right. A fond farewell to a friend. I see you leaving me taken up with the enemy. The cold comfort of the in-between. A little less than a human being. A little less than a happy high. A little less than a suicide. Only things you really tried. This is not my life. Just a fond farewell to a friend. It's not what I'm like. It's just a fond farewell to a friend who couldn't get things right. A fond farewell to a friend. It's so hot in this room.
It is very warm in this room. That is true. I noticed while you were playing, your guitar was off for a bit of the song. Was that intentional, or
Like off, as in like the reverb
the
wasn't on?
reverb wasn't on?
Yeah, I think it just does that.
It just does that? Okay. Because I noticed the DI just kind of just shut off.
Did it
and-
just stop?
Yeah, well,
Ooh.
it started with nothing, and then it came on towards like the chorus, which is really cool. I mean, it gave the song a really cool feeling, and
I mean, hopefully it was cool.
it sounded cool to me personally as a engineer. Why don't you talk a little about that guitar, or talk about the song actually first? Let's talk about the song. Elliott Smith, big fan, or what's up with that?
Yeah, I guess you could say so. I've been an Elliott Smith fan, or I've been listening to his music since I was in high school. So pre-TikTok, before he was cool. I found his music like junior year because I was just like, if you've ever heard of the movie named Good Will Hunting, his music is featured in that movie. And there was like one time I was on a trip with my family and we were in San Francisco, and I was just like super bored at one night because we like went in like super early because there was like, I remember there was like something happening. There was like a shooting at like a hospital down the street from where we are, so we weren't allowed to leave when we were in San Francisco. So then the rest of my family goes to bed, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch a movie. So then I watched Good Will Hunting, and I get to the end of the movie, and I'm like, wow, that movie was so gas and it was so sad. And then I was like, I love the music in this movie. What the hell is this? And so I looked it up, and it was Elliott Smith, and then I was like, damn.
That's pretty cool.
So,
You
yeah.
found him from a movie.
I found him on my own, yeah. From Good Will Hunting, that's kind of how he blew up initially. But that's how I found his music, and then I've just been a fan ever since.
Sick.
Yeah.
So do you play a lot of music by him? Like, do you find yourself kind of stylistically, like, almost kind of replicating him when you write stuff?
I wouldn't say, like, when I write music, I copy him, I guess. I don't know. Because it's, like, a lot of the music I consume is more, I guess, Elliott Smith-ish, and, like, some of the stuff he, like, plays or some of, like, is definitely an influence in what I do in terms of, like, singing and writing songs, but it's not, like, as much as you would think, I guess. I don't know if that really makes sense.
No, yeah, I get that. There's a lot of times where I'll be listening to a musician and I'll be like, yo, this is dope, and I don't directly like get inspired by it, but I definitely keep it in mind when I am writing stuff.
Yeah, like I keep this guitar in D standard, which is the tuning that Elliott Smith plays in for most of his songs. So I've learned how to play just like a ridiculous amount of them. Like I could probably just like
whip them out.
just start pulling them out of my ass. Like, but I'm not gonna play that song because I can't sing that song. But yeah, no, big fan. I would say a lot of my musical DNA can lead back to that to some extent. But yeah, in terms of just like music I consume or music I want to make, that's kind of down the alleyway. I guess maybe probably not as depressing, but like something singer-songwriter-y and cool like that.
That's cool. It's good music. I like it. I'm a fan of it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Vibey.
Your voice is really nice in that style too. Your voice really suits it, in my opinion. Why don't you talk a little bit about the guitar you're using today?
The guitar?
Yeah.
So this guitar is kind of a normal acoustic guitar. The only thing that kind of separates it from the rest, which is kind of a big thing, is it has built-in reverb and chorus effects. So if you don't know what that means, it basically means it makes the guitar sound like it's playing in a big room. Basically, I'll see if I can get it to turn back on here. There you go. I don't know if you can hear that on the audio.
Yeah, we can. It comes
like-
to loud and clear.
That kind of after space sound that it makes is kind of the reverb. So that's what makes this cool. I got this as a Christmas present because my brother was shopping for a guitar one time, and I'm from Texas. I don't know if I said that originally, but I'm from Austin, Texas. And I was with my brother and my dad, and my brother was shopping for a new guitar, and the like guitar salesman was like, "Oh, what do you listen to? Like, what kind of music do you trying to like make or play?" And he was like, "Oh, I like a bunch of like '90s rock, whatever." So this guy pulls out this guitar, and he like turns it on, and he's like, "This stuff is like perfect for like Alice in Chains and whatnot." And I remember seeing it then, and I was like, "Damn, I don't play guitar, but when I start playing guitar, I want an acoustic guitar that can do that." And then I ended up buying the guitar, right? Getting the guitar for Christmas like 3 years later.
That's really cool. Let's right now we're gonna take a small little break, and we'll come back after a few ads. Yeah.
What you need, I am stuck in a dream, I am stuck in a dream. Don't you know, it's been here all along. In a dream, she belongs in a dream. And every day I'll make promises that break Sarah's heart, so I can watch her fall apart. 'Cause I know when I break her down, we'll spit on all the happy plans that live around the sunny town. She loves me like a dog, and when we mess around, I'll let her know the truth. I can't rely on hope and faith, and every time I wake, I second guess this game I play. Did I make a mistake?
And we're back with more music with Lucas, myself, back with Talks. What song was that, Lucas? Tell us about it.
That was a song called Sarah by this guy named Alex G. And
What's it about? What's the song about?
couldn't tell you. I have no idea what that song's about.
No, just enjoy listening to it, playing it.
Yeah, no, it's just one of those like nostalgia songs. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like one of those things that it's like sounds like you've heard it your whole life, but it's like, oh no, this song was released like less than a decade ago. Yeah, Alex G's pretty cool. I listened to a lot of Alex G. He was my top listened to artist last year with like 1,700 minutes or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not. It's probably makes sense that I listen to Alex G since I'm a huge Elliott Smith fan, and they're kind of in the same vein. But I went to one of his shows a while ago at Brooklyn Steel, and that was pretty sick. It was probably the stinkiest mosh pit that I've ever been in. So that was cool.
I mean, that's some sort of experience. Gives you some sort of memory of that time.
Mm-hmm.
Since the songs you've sang for me so far are pretty emotional songs, have you ever gotten emotional over a song? Like, has a song ever made you cry before?
I guess not directly. I like not a song itself. I guess I haven't like listened to a song where I was like, oh my god, this is so guttural and emotionally visceral that it's bringing me to tears. It's more of like I feel like you can cry to any song if you're just like in the right, or I guess wrong mindset, you know. But I don't really like. It's not like I'll listen to a song and I'm like, wow, this song ruins me. It's like something already has to be happening for me to listen to a song to be like, damn, that really hits. I probably shouldn't have said that word, but yeah, I don't know. I guess in some way, no, I haven't cried over a song, but yes, I have cried over a song because of where I was when I listened to that song, if that makes sense.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've totally been in a similar mindset before where stuff like that has happened. I have felt like that. So you're a student here at LIU Post.
Real.
What's it like?
I don't know how much you're allowed to say positively or negatively about LIU on an LIU. I guess it's okay. I guess I was trying to tiptoe around. Am I allowed to down talk LIU on a show? But it's not
Getting
bad.
mixed signals
It
from
could
producers.
it could be worse. It could be better. Food is lacking. I will say that. I have a whole song kind of based around that. But
That's hilarious. I didn't know you had a song based on the food lacking on campus.
yeah. Well, it's not based around that, but definitely food being an issue on campus plays into it. But I don't know, living here is fine. The thing that I like most about this campus is that it has a really pretty campus and that you can just like walk around and like go chill in some trees and on a giant lawn. But
That is true.
it's still pretty run down. Like I got locked out of my room earlier this week and that was kind of a hassle. And I was told that those locks apparently have been out of manufacturing for 8 years. So even if the lock broke and you wanted to order a new part, you couldn't. They would just have to completely change it, which is kind of dumb, but
Yeah, that happened to me last semester. My door was consistently dying. It wouldn't hold the charge. And I think they replaced the entire door or something. this
Yeah.
Winter break or something.
now I have a
It works fine
reason. Now I can finally carry around my tech lab key in a ring of keys instead of just in my pocket. Because I was just freeballing that thing for too long.
So, since you just mentioned that, you work on campus here as a tech lab assistant, as do I.
I do. We both do, actually, yeah. We are 2 of 3 paid tech lab assistants.
4.
Who is the 4th?
Don.
Don. He's officially...
I guess he technically hasn't got his key yet,
Yeah.
but he's like basically at this point.
He's basically right there.
Basically right there.
Yeah, no, I ran into Ray earlier, and I was telling him about this, and he was like, "Oh, cool, good luck. I would come by, but I'm doing stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, no, you're all chill."
Yeah. No.
But working at the tech lab's fun. It's like now it's a lot more crowded. When for a while before, I guess when did you get your key to the tech lab?
I got my key to the tech lab either, I think, fall of sophomore year.
Yeah, no, there was a while where I was the only person on campus who had a key, so I would just like chill in there till like ungodly hours, just playing guitar and just like doing nothing.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that was definitely during freshman year before I really got involved with like chilling on campus at the tech lab and stuff.
You know, I was like there all the time last
I
year.
mean, you still are.
Yeah, no, I'm there all the time. But
People
Yeah.
joke that it's your second home. Honestly, your first home. I feel like you're there more than you are at your dorm.
I am there more than I'm at my dorm. That's a joke me and my roommate make a lot. But I mean, it's chill to get paid to kind of hang out and supervise and play guitar and help people make music. It's cool.
That's exactly how I feel. It's really fun to just be able to sit there and help people when you need help and get paid for it. I mean, my first job involving music, technically.
Real, me too. I'm gonna put it on my resume.
Yeah,
Even though I don't do as much as it probably think that seems like I do.
Maybe don't admit that.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to admit it. I can just say I worked there for 2 years.
I mean, it's on record now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we are recording this. Let me ask. You're a junior. We're both juniors. Only have 1 more year at school here. What's your plan after graduating?
You can't ask someone that. That's such an asshole thing to ask someone. Sorry. I don't know if we can say that on air. We'll just put the dolphin noises over that.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's not really too much of a plan. I think what I say is my plan because it's easy is just go to Broadway Pit and just like play bass on Broadway Pit for like a year and a half to make a bunch of money really easily. And then by that time, I'll probably just already be doing my own side projects. So either just do one of my group projects or solo music, or start looking to work at a record label or something that helps me do things that I want to do.
Hey, maybe you'll come work at my recording studio when I open that up with Jaden.
When you and Jaden finally get the recording studio up.
Yeah, that's totally a plan of mine, and I really hope Jaden is on board with that.
I think she is.
I think she is. She sounds kind of ride or die. Well, I mean, that's a good idea to go work in a pit. I've heard it's a great experience. I think one of our professors used to do it for a small bit of time. I'm sure Jeff did.
Yeah, I think Jeff worked in Pit.
Oh, Curtis has before too, I believe.
Yeah, everything I hear about working Broadway Pit is like atrocious though. Everyone's like, that's such a soul crushing job. Only do that if you want to have no creative ability whatsoever and you want to have a tight schedule. Yeah. And I was like, well, do I get paid well? And Jeff was like, yes. And I was like, okay, that's all I really need to know.
Yeah, I've heard the money's there and it is a bit stressful, but if you're a good musician and you're willing to put in the hours that they require, you'll be fine.
I remember.
Which I know you are.
I remember when we had the guy, the Sesame Street guy,
Like
come talk to us. I remember when he was talking about like the cruise ship things. I was talking to him. And I was like, dude, is it worth being a cruise ship musician? Like, is that cool? Like, do you make money off of that? And he was like, if you don't like moving on a boat, don't go for that at all. And I was like, heard.
I forgot that he said he was. All I really was focusing on is that he was the musical director of Sesame Street.
He was just the Sesame Street guy.
Or is still the Sesame Street guy and makes all the music for that, which is awesome to me. I can't believe we actually had someone like that come to campus and like talk about his life. Really cool. Hope to be that one day, maybe. Who knows? Let's ask just a few more questions. We'll go to then some Spotify curated music that you have prepared for us for today.
Yeah, I'll throw together some music and I'll be like, yeah, this is things that I listen to or has inspired me in one way or another.
Yeah. But let me ask you just a few more questions first. You've been playing music for a while. Do you think there's just this one song that you've played that like really resonates with you and has really stuck with you?
Like that I like physically play, or like
that, like you had to perform for like one of your jazz bands or something like that.
Oh.
Like not like a fun recreational song like one of your Elliott songs or something. Like a song you've been like kind of forced to play by like some sort of band and.
Oh, okay. You were saying for like ensemble stuff.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I remember when we did NC for Postmodern freshman year. I like didn't like it at first. Like I really thought NC was kind of dumb. And then for those who don't know what NC is, it's basically this like piece of music composed by this guy named Terry Riley, and his whole thing is he was a minimalist composer, and basically what that meant is like I guess he tried to make music out of the least amount of music as possible at times. So what he did is he just like made like 30 different little melodic or rhythmic like line things, and you're supposed to like go through it with the band, but you're like all playing it in time but out of sync, and it's like super weird. But we played that for an ensemble here freshman year for one of the music like ensembles whatnot, and that was something. It was a journey. It was cool. By the end it was really cool, but for the first month or so I was like, what are we doing? Like,
it was a weird experience to rehearse it, but I feel like once towards that like final few weeks, it really like started to click with everybody what the point of it was and why it was a thing.
Yeah, I guess fun. You could also say something that stuck with me was last semester for jazz band we did Weather Report music, and Weather Report's a band that I've always messed with heavy since I was like in middle school, and I remember hearing Birdland in like middle school, and I was like, oh my god, that's so awesome, I have to do that one day. I was like, that guy on bass is crazy, Jaco Pastorius. So then last semester our jazz band director, he had us play a bunch of Weather Report songs, so that was pretty sick, and we got to do that, and I got to play all those little Jaco bass lines and whatnot, but that was super cool. Yeah.
One other thing that I just thought about, bass player, jazz. Do you play any stand-up bass? Are you learning it? Do you plan on learning it? 'Cause I know it's very big in jazz and it's very big on Broadway as well.
Well,
So like,
I don't play upright, even though I probably should. I'm planning to learn to eventually, or take lessons at some point in time to take upright lessons. But generally, I don't think it's like, yes, it is like a big thing where it's like, oh, if you want to like be professional bassist or like freelance musician with bass, playing upright is like a big thing. Like, yes, it's kind of necessary, but I don't think it's like absolutely necessary. Like a lot of Broadway stuff does use just like electric bass. But if you want to do like jazz specifically, or if you want to like really play in like a jazz circuit or like jazz clubs, then you probably should play upright. But I don't know. I'm getting on that. I'll learn when I learn. You know, I think I'm kind of chilling with what I got right now. I'm not too eager to go into the jazz world, so I can take my time with all that jazz.
sick. All right. So let's go into some more. Let's go into some more curated music by Lucas. And we'll be back shortly.
Crawling hours, drilling your teeth, sweat through all of your clothes. Tossed off South 16th Street with some friends you don't wanna know. And put your sleeves down though it is 93 degrees, 'cause it's not the way that you are, it's what they wanna see. Oh Lord, I still hope your name don't appear in some obituary. And I know it's so unclear when you beg so long on bruised knees. And couldn't convince myself I was real, 'cause it's not the way that you are, it's what you wanna see. Oh Lord, could you see? Were you conscious as they packed to leave? 'Cause it's not the way that you are, it's what they wanna see. Don't go, 'cause it's not the way that you are, it's what you soon will be. Don't go.
And no, we're back with more music with Lucas. I'm your host Justin. What was that, Lucas? What song was that for us?
That was a song called I Hope You're Doing Okay by this guy named Greg Mendez. I had a little bit of an oopsie there at the end, but
Nobody realized. It's fine.
it's okay. I'm hoping that, I mean, he's not very popular, and that's not a popular song of his, so hopefully no one knows that that was a mistake. But yeah, no, Greg Mendez makes some pretty chill music. I've been listening to him for like about 2 months now. I found him over winter break. I don't even remember how, but I don't know. His music's super chill. He like released a self-titled album like this past year that's like kind of blowing up a little bit, so that's kind of how I heard about him. But I heard that song and I was like, wow, that's like gas. I gotta learn how to play that. So then I learned how to play it, and I was like, wow, I can sing that too. So then I did those things just like that.
I mean, it sounded great to me. I mean, I don't know the song, but I've heard you practice it before, and I've heard you sing it now, and we all now have heard you sing it.
Yeah.
I think you serve it pretty well, and you do well on it.
do some justice.
Yeah, do some justice to it.
I might play that one at the next open mic, but
Open mic? What's that?
yeah. So I mean, you asked me to explain the concept of an open mic.
I'm asking you to explain what open mic you're going to be potentially singing that at.
So DeepEnd Productions and the Wave, I guess the organizations making this radio show possible, are hosting an open mic at LAU Post Campus on February 22nd. It's gonna be pretty lit. It's gonna be at 6:30. So if you hear about it from this video and not from any of the flyers that are gonna be put up, then you heard it here first. I don't know. Be there, be square. You'll hear me play some songs. You'll hear other individuals play some songs.
We did one of these last semester. We got a pretty good crowd. I think we got roughly 50 people to come by. We had like 13 or so different performers. It was a really cool night. Totally come check it out if you are available. Even if you're not available, make yourself available to check it out. It's a really fun vibe.
Cool place to be.
It definitely is one of the few places to be on campus at night. So I'm gonna go more into you and you're a musician.
Whoa, you're doing what? Wait, pause. No, you're good. Carry on.
You as a musician and as a writer
Mm-hmm.
and as a songwriter, what's that process like? What does it take to sit down and write music for you? And yeah, like how do you go about that process of writing some music?
How do I go about writing music?
Yeah.
I guess it depends on what I'm playing, because it's like if I'm playing acoustic guitar, I'm not gonna like pick up the acoustic guitar and I'm not gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna write some like super cool riffy thing. I'm just gonna make like a pretty little chord progression or something. I don't know. Or I don't know. I guess the process usually entails me being bored, me picking up a guitar and then fiddling around, and then fiddling around until I'm like, wow, that was kind of cool. And then I piece things together that I'm like, whoa, these things could be cool together. And then sometimes I piece them together in such a way that I'm like, wow, this is really cool. And then that makes a song. Or I keep on working on it and then I forget about it because I started working on something else.
Do you typically like jot down these ideas in some sort of booklet, or like do you just try to just remember all your ideas?
No, I just freeball it. I just remember. I don't know. I think people underestimate how much they can remember, or how much music sparks memory. I know there was like that whole thing with Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga where he's like Alzheimer's like crazy and like can't remember like his wife's name, but then he sang like a bunch of songs. Lady Gaga knew all the lyrics, and then he was like, I just sang, I didn't even know I sang. And she was like, yeah, you knew all the lyrics. And people are like, how does he remember that? And then people are like, it's the power of music.
No, I remember reading a study when I was younger, back in like middle school or so, that music helps spark memorization. So I would always sneak headphones into tests that I had as a kid, so I could would have the same playlist, so I would remember what I was doing when I was studying, and it really did help, at least in my opinion. I think it did. Yeah,
there's a whole neuroscience to music, which is weird that I don't get, but it's there.
it totally is there. 100% is there. Sorry, I just blanked on what I was about to ask you.
No, you're good.
So would you say you write songs like often, or would you more just like say you like to do covers more?
I'd say with acoustic guitar, I mostly play covers just because it's like my thing about writing songs is that it's like if I'm writing a song, me just burping on camera. I don't know. Usually, I feel like if I'm gonna write something or write a song, it's like, oh, I feel like I have something that I want to say. It's like I can write instrumental stuff all day, and I can like write instrumental songs or like parts to songs. But like when it comes down to like sitting down and writing lyrics, and it's like I can't think of anything to put down unless I have something that I want to say. And 9 times out of 10, I don't really have something that I want to say. So I guess I'm in this weird limbo of feeling like if I'm writing music, I have to have an opinion about something or a take on something that's like unique, but I don't have to. I don't know. It's like a weird line of like, yeah, I can write music like that, but also like I want music that I write to be a little more than just me writing it like that. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that answered your original question because I kind of forgot.
No, it answers it. It answers it. That was actually you kind of answered a little bit of the next question, but I'm still gonna ask it. When you do write music, is it generally something that's about? It's generally about something that's going on in your life, or like something you saw, or like how do you like gather inspiration to write?
I guess inspiration to write. I guess I just play like guitar or bass like a lot. So like I'm always like, I would say I probably spend about at least an hour every day like playing an instrument, which helps with just writing in general. But like in terms when it's like writing like a song or like something that I'm like, okay, this is a song that like someone's gonna consume to some degree, I guess is a weird way to put it, but like kind of mental block of like I have to have something that's worth saying that someone's gonna invest time to listening to the words that I choose to say over whatever music I put it under. And then I'm like I think about like the importance of lyrics in a song, and then I get stumped there, and then I'm like, you know what? You don't need lyrics to have a song. And then I could write instrumental music, but then it's like it's not the same because then it's like I'm not saying anything with that, but it's also like, oh, it's just creative expression. You don't have to say something. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, but I kind of do. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a weird little catch-22, I guess, is the best way to put it, if you know what that means.
Yeah, I get that. Well, before we go into your original song that you're about to play for us, would you like to shout out any projects you have coming up, any little groups you're a part of, anything along that line?
I'm in this shoegaze band, and if you don't know what shoegaze is, just look it up because I'm not going to explain it well. But I'm in a shoegaze band with my friends, John and Jaden, and we go by the name Married Not. And we have a show, hopefully, coming up in this March. And then I'm also a part of, other than Married Not, and solo music. Other quote-unquote musical projects is, I guess, DeepEnd. But I don't need to talk about DeepEnd on this because...
You'll hear all about it.
Yeah, you'll hear about it some other time. But my main my musical projects are just my band, which is Married Not, which is like some fun shoegaze, alternative music, and then my solo music, which is me playing.
Be released under Shmuck.
Yeah, it's just gonna be released under Shmuck, SHMUCK, sometime hopefully before the end of the semester. But yeah, that's kind of what I got rolling right now in terms of the music department.
Well, let's hear Shmuck's song titled what again?
Don't Starve Today.
All right, let's hear it.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't think I've actually played this song live in this key, so we'll see. Don't stop today, even though it's hard to eat sometimes. Nausea says, hey, every bite's a piece of your mind. Can't seem to stomach anything, this water weight won't hold you down. Try to take it bite, you'll backsplash in your mouth. Hey, how's the food? Took 2 bites and said you're full. Finish your plate, now that's the rule. Chew till it's mush. Chew until you bite your gums and bleed. Spit the food out and blame your teeth. Mama says, hey, did you remember to eat today? I swear I'm okay, not too fatigued anyway. No appetite no more, but you're stomach's not in pain. Can't stand a bite once more. Food don't taste the same. And eating's just a chore. You feel it kill your brain, but you still say, please don't talk today. Food. Took 2 bites and said you're full. Finish the plate, now that's the rule. Chew till it's mush. Chew until you bite your gums and bleed. Spit the food out and blame your teeth.
That was beautiful. I really enjoyed that. That was really cool. Hopefully, we'll see that released soon on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, under the name Shmuck.
Yeah.
And that's spelled how again?
SHMUCK.
Awesome. Well, do you want to talk a little bit about what that song's about, or if you don't have to if you don't want to?
It's just about not liking eating, I guess. Yeah, that's what that song's about.
Sick. Well,
it's so hot in this room.
it is very hot in this room. This is going to be the end of the first episode of Toon Talks, presented by DeepEnd Productions at The Wave.
Yeah.
Shout out The Wave. Shout out the film department.
Shout out Nick King.
Shout out Nick King. Thank you, Lucas, for your time.
Yeah, chill.
Everything you've done was fantastic. Hope to have you on again one day, hopefully.
Yeah, had some small oopsies in there, but
You're
it's
fine.
chill. It's live music. It's what the kids want.
Yeah. I've been your host, Justin, and see you next time.